Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we live? The first thing I want to say is that this is session 2 of my studying. Yesterday ended early, and I'm sorry about that. I didn't even notice it had actually gone offline until a while later, so I do apologize for that. Now, the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to advertise my stream and announcements, disable this shit. Yeah, come on. At everyone. Hi, my studying stream is live. Join if you feel like poking fun at me. Okay, so announcement is done on Discord. We're gonna do a bit of advertising on the YouTube channel itself. So we're gonna advertise on Facebook and Twitter, and we're also gonna share it out here. Just give me a second with that. Hope y'all doing good though. Hope y'all doing good. Okay, there we go. Let's share it on Twitter. Come on, you stupid stream share. I've already connected my Twitter with you guys. Fuck. Oh, I think Facebook's actually might be faster than this. No, I think everything's lagging. Whoa. Terrible. What the hell's up with this internet? Okay, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. Here we go. All right. Oh my god, what the fuck? Twitter. What the hell? Why have I not authorized myself to share things out on Twitter? Fuck. Nah. How the heck would it be your fault, Zoe? You're not the one uploading the stream. No, I think it's just my internet today is lagging in general, along with my massive eye bags. So don't worry about it. Come and join my study live stream. My Asian study techniques. Okay, this is gonna be a fun post. Let me just send that out. Okay, let me see if I can authorize my Twitter again on this stupid broadcaster, because I've got no idea why the broadcaster is doing so poorly. Move this over here for a second. Okay, Twitter is finally authorized, I think. Come on, you little dingo. Right. Okay, screw that. Damn. The study session is... Ah, there we go. Okay. Come on, Twitter, aren't you ready? I have no words for this delay. But just to brief you guys, today, the study plan, you guys are going to see some pre-cooked stuff. By that I mean it's some research that I did while I was at work, so that's actually going to be going in the study plan. You guys are going to see that later. Just god damn it. Even Google Chrome has refused me. Fuck you, Google. Google. Oh God, why are we back here again? Okay, so Twitter is a bust, I think. It's just not working today. It's just refusing to work. And now there's a processing screen kind of stuck on my thingy-mabob. Okay, fuck you. We're not going to share the stream. Okay, so yeah, I think it was XSplit itself having those lag issues because the encoder was desperately trying to get my Twitter to sync up with it, and my Twitter just was not syncing up at all. So I'll just manually advertise there, no problem. And we're good. Okay, that's been pumped out. Okay, excellent. So we've been advertised everywhere. The stream is running. Hopefully it'll be healthy, semi-healthy, whatever. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get back into the studying techniques. So if you remember from yesterday, we had a little something called the study plan. Now, as you can see, we covered all these things yesterday, except for the last part, but that one I'll come back to it at the end of the study session. Now, why? Because this is actually not stuff covered in the textbook. It's very unlikely to be in any of the textbooks. So as we go through, if we spot it, then we'll do something about it. If we don't, then we leave it to the end. It's always smarter to do the complex studying at the end. Or if you cannot find something, don't get bogged down trying to find something. Find what you can first. Pick the low-hanging fruit. That's what I do. So coming down to the second part. In order to accomplish the second part, if you notice, this is describe the Singapore economic environment. Describe the nature and role of financial institutions and markets in Singapore. These kinds of questions you have to answer through Google. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to open up another window. And I'm actually going to Google Singapore's economic environment in 2017. Come on, Google, you can do better than this. Yeah, lag is terrifying today. It's terrifying. Okay, for the sake of it, I'm gonna quit Skype. I think that may be one of the causes. Gonna close out Discord. Okay, hopefully that helps a bit. And we're gonna look at Google and see if Google's finally loaded. So we're gonna go for the top 3 articles in general. So the Singapore economy, MAS. You want to look for government links as well, definitely. So let's have a look at all the links that we dredged up. In fact, I'm gonna share that screen right now. So just give me a second. We're gonna log out the study plan. And we're gonna have a look at these articles that we're dealing with. Okay, just give me a second. We're gonna shrink that down, bring that here, and zoop. So it's taking up a bit of my space, but yeah, it's all right. Okay. So the first bit of information is Singapore's economic recovery is gathering pace due in part to a sustained increase in some sectors. Growth is broadening beyond trade-related industries, with economic expansion expected to remain steady in the coming year. So we're just going to copy that, and we're going to put it here. Cool. So no indentations. Yeah, there we are. And we're going to shrink it down. I love my Georgia font. I do. But we're going to shrink it down. So there you go. And we're going to cite this, so we're going to insert a footnote on how, so we can always get back to this, and we're going to put this here. So there, now we have a resource link, and we know exactly where all this information came from, but we're also going to do some more reviewing. So it said that there's an MAS macroeconomic forecast. So we're going to look here, and there's a recent economic developments PDF for September. And we're probably going to want to read this information. So this is probably a really, really important macroeconomic outlook, because describe the Singapore economic environment. What better resource is there than to go straight to the MAS? So here's where we go, and here's where we start. Now, when we look at this kind of MAS report, okay, can you guys see it? Okay, great. So what is it telling us? What is this report telling us? It's a bunch of meaningless statistics and numbers, and thank God I'm Asian because I can actually interpret that shit. Okay, basically what they're trying to say, trade-related sectors, buying and selling of goods, and a reversal in positive growth in financial service. Wait, what? Ah. Okay, so global economy is doing better, so there's more trade. So they're saying that there's a reversal to positive growth in financial services. That means the financial services actually went down, but trade performance sort of outweighed that. Okay, so GDP growth is forecasted. I'm sorry that that's the case, Zoe. Is it really that bad? Damn. Well, probably the live stream version won't be that good, but you can actually watch it on backplay and it'll be fine, because the encoder is encoding the whole thing, so it should be all right. But anyway, where was I? If you can't watch it, it's okay, Zoe. Like, you don't have to, cause I'm cool with that. Okay, so where was I? Yeah. GDP forecast is 2 to 3% in 2017. Okay. Okay, so global IT is growing. Trade-related cluster is the key source of that, 2 to 3%. Okay, fine. Okay. Inflation expected to pick up. External developments. God, this is dry and boring, and I've just done a full day of accounting, but this is what I must do to succeed, so I will survive. It's up to you. It's actually fine on my end. Like, on my end, it's actually streaming perfectly, so probably if you're having difficulty, Zoe, then you don't have to watch, but it should be alright. Should be alright. You can stay, though, if you want. I leave the decision in your hands. Now, where was I? Okay, Eurozone and USA have strong growth right now, which is good. Non-farm payroll. Japan's GDP growth increased. Wow, okay. Hey, Kidzel. You sure you want to watch this? It's just me studying, you know. But I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to stop you, Kidzel, but thanks for coming by. No, you're supposed to be behind on the stream. It's okay, Zoe. I see. So lower inflation despite the stronger growth. Okay. China is growing strong. All right. So China is growing strong. China is on track to expand at a steady pace. All right. Ah, this is what we want, domestic developments. So I want to take this section here, and we're going to take the next section. So we're going to take this entire thing. Sure thing, Zoe, no problem. And anyway, back to the economics. So Singapore economy is expanding. It's good. Why? Trade-related sectors, IT-related industries, modern services clusters saw some improvement. That's always good. So overall, things are looking pretty rosy for the Singapore economy, and we want that. We want that case. Construction and retail sectors showed some recovery. That's good. And food services remain lackluster, but we can't help that. Okay, so we're looking at manufacturing now. That's also okay. Electronics is boasting strong growth, so that's good. Trade-related services registered some improvement. That's always good. Excuse me. Financial services grew. We want that for sure. And this is a good time to put in the next reference, so we'll always have the reference to this, and we want that. So if you're watching this live, what you're actually seeing is that my study plan is evolving from just a study plan into a full reference guide where I'll be able to get all the information that I need just on one Word document, and that's the key. That's got to happen. That's very, very key. So moving on. For now, I'm just copy pasting, but we're going to be going through all this in a second, and it's going to address everything that we need to know. That can work. You see, this is a very good technique because it's basically how we create a very good study guide. So that I think is enough information. Now we're gonna of course format it into the right format, and then we're gonna have a look. So now I'm gonna close that, and now we're gonna look at the Word document, and you can see how it's evolved. So first things first, we're gonna get everything standardized, and we're gonna read through it. So first thing is Georgia, because I love that font, and we're gonna go size 10 as per normal. Okay, everything looks good. Whoa, Times New Roman? Sorry, son, but you're going to change back to Georgia. Georgia. Okay, good. Yep, everything's good here. Okay, central banks struck a noticeably more optimistic note. It's the latest macroeconomic review. Okay, that's good. This is the summary part, then this is the real nitty-gritty. Okay. Interest among global investors in relatively higher yielding emerging Asia assets. Sorry, I'm gonna just turn this down a bit. Yes, better view of me. Also anchor demand for fund management services in the second half of the year. Okay, one thing I want you to notice right here is it says, the SMEs Go digital program, for instance, will encourage firms to increase their adoption of basic productivity tools. So this is a government grant, which also filters into the last question. List the various government bodies and give examples of the grants and schemes available to assist Singapore organizations to grow and remain competitive. Now, if we're going to answer that question, we're kind of seeing that Singapore has a lot of these grants. So you want to do business, Singapore is apparently the place to go. Okay. All right, so next thing, describe the nature and role of financial institution. Okay. I see what you're thinking. Okay, so the next thing we have to know is we're going to have to Google the nature and role of the financial institutions and markets in Singapore. But I'm not going to cover that in this video because that is a little bit thick and difficult, and it may actually be covered in textbooks. So we're going to highlight that in the not done color, which is yellow. Yellow means not done, and it means we have to revisit this at a later time. So probably on a Friday night when I've got a bit more time to play around with, that's when we'll come and revisit that. Now, excuse me, I actually did some research on this at work, but I'm not going to cover that in this video. And the reason for that is we want to move on to the last one. This is going to take a bit of time. So now we're going to go to Google. So first, close this. Now, where is my Google Chrome? There it is. And we're going to go government grants for businesses in Singapore. And wow, there is an entire thing called Business Grants Portal. So, are you serious, Singapore? Okay. But this doesn't actually tell you what the grants are. So we're going to look at these resources that are listing the top grants. And we're going to take all that information. So, the top 16 list. How do I... Can I... There we are. Okay, man. Right. Okay, so you can't see this so well, but I'ma just expand it a bit. I'm sure y'all won't mind seeing a little less of your Asian friend here. Okay. So we're gonna put the window slightly to the side. And now, let's have a look at the government grants. Oh no, battery's low on my phone. How will I survive without games playing? As you know, one of my most important study techniques is actually to have a game playing at all times. The reason is that so that I'm not tempted to actually play a game. It's like a nicotine patch, I guess. Okay, what I'm gonna do is another study technique. Now I'm not bullshitting here. This is an actual technique, but I use it more when I'm really serious. But I'll use it here today. I'm actually gonna hook up the phone to the charger in the back there, and occasionally you're gonna see me walk back and forth. Now, why do I do that? There is actually a basis for this study technique, and it's not to distract yourself and make yourself horrible. Human attention span comes in really quick bursts. You lose that attention span very quickly, so you're not operating at optimal efficiency. While it may seem distracting to get up, go back there, and tap on a game for a few minutes and come back, that can actually be a really good reset for yourself. But this is a technique that I would suggest applying only when you are very experienced at studying and you know how to switch focus. If you're the type of person that gets distracted and cannot focus, this is not the technique for you. But I'm going to demonstrate this technique today. So just give me a second. I'm going to put this down. No. Also, clear your dishes before you study so you don't go through the shit that I do. Okay. So this is going to go into the back there. Down here. Charger comes out of the bag. Le voila. Okay. Now there's going to be some background noise from that. You guys won't hear it, but it'll be more for me. Now back to what I was studying right here. Okay. I see. So the first thing is this ACE Startups grant. That's pretty good. Let's have a look. Okay. So there is no information on it, but yeah. Okay. Accreditation. Infocom Development Authority leads the initiative that provides the opportunity for startups to secure contracts with larger companies. This is a valuable opportunity because big companies would typically ignore small companies. Right, so this is more for mature tech companies. Okay, so the government grants, you're going to want to write here. The info, and I'm writing this in my study plan as we go along. The Info Communications Development Authority of Singapore No, that's fine, Kidzel. You see, what Kidzel says is that she does the same kind of technique that I do, where I go and tap on my game and come back. She does bracelet work. So this is a valid valid technique, and generally it's for people with short attention spans. It's very good for that kind of person, like myself. And the media development. Oh, sorry about this cough. I still can't shake it just yet. MDA. To form info. Okay, so now there's two organizations, IMDA and GovTech. So for IMDA, okay. So there's this accreditation thing. A-star scholars? Early stage venture fund. Okay, so we're gonna copy that and put that in. That one's good. The PIC scheme, of course. Okay. Whoa. Tech scheme. Ah, the Workforce Development Authority subsidies. Rickvin. Spring Startup Enterprise Development Scheme. Okay, I want to look this up a bit later. Okay, so now I've got a a fairly good list of like wow. Comcare Enterprise Fund. Text, okay, PIC. so this was the A startups. Microfunding. Technology. Man, Singapore government gives a lot of grants. Early stage venture funding. Okay, so now we've got like this huge list of grants by the government, and it is pretty massive. 1 second, we gotta tap on the game. Okay, so I'm back. Now, there are a few, not just a few, actually there are a lot of government schemes. Wow. And we actually have to look all this up and find out about all of them. It's kind of crazy, kind of crazy. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I definitely will try. Should I do it today or should I do it tomorrow, though? Fortunately, that's not going to be today. And the reason is we're going to be moving on. I can look all that stuff up at work tomorrow. It would probably be better, too. Anyway. Moving on, what are we going to cover next? Coming back here, I'm going to go to my study plan. Excuse my general grievous cough. And I'm actually going to be looking at this part right here. Describe the nature and role of financial institutions and markets in Singapore. Now, before you can describe the role of financial institutions and markets in Singapore, right, you're going to have to understand what these are. So we're going to go to a textbook. Let's move the textbook aside. Okay. So now we're looking at the Asia Global Edition again. This is about bonds. Stock valuation. One moment. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually just checking to see if any of these talk about financial markets. And they don't really... and they don't really seem to be talking about what I want to know. So unfortunately, Fundamentals of Corporate Finance, this textbook has failed. We're going to be checking a different one now. And that's actually going to be back there somewhere. Okay. Now this textbook right here actually tells us something about financial markets and institutions. So we kind of want to read that. That's in chapter 2 of this book. So we're going to go there in a second. I'm just going to check what else they have. So there's a risk chapter here. There's more risk here. Risk management here. So this textbook's got a lot of risk related stuff, which is good. We want that. Okay, so from this textbook, we're going to go to chapter 2. And the first thing I like to do is reference. Always, always put a reference. Where does this thing comment? Refer to chapter 2 of Essentials of Financial Management. Okay, so we're heading straight there in the textbook, and let's see where it leads us. Ugh. Sorry, microphone, you're gonna have to stay there. And the keyboard, you're gonna have to move. Okay. Let's get started. I'm actually gonna end up being pretty silent for a long time while I read, so I mean, this is what the show is about, actually. It's not about me describing studying so much as me actually studying. So enjoy watching me study, I guess. Gotta tap on the game. Right now, my thoughts are distracting me. I'm thinking of stuff that a man should not be thinking of when studying. But I shall endure. Also, economics is so dry that it's kind of killing me right now. Oh, what I would not give for certain things I should not have. Okay, come on, Pip Hip Sid. You can do this. Yes, I talk to myself while studying. Okay. Okay, so basically, financial markets and institutions, long story short, they help to allocate capital. Basically, I've got surplus savings. I need to actually allocate this, so I invest in a company until cash is needed later on in my business life. Similarly, if I need cash now to invest in a project that I expect to get returns from, then as a financial manager, I need to borrow from capital markets. That's what I'm going to be able to do. Okay, so that's what the institutions and markets in Singapore are for. Financial markets could refer to primary and secondary markets. I remember this from university. Holy crap, I can remember. I'm actually going to note that down because that was a really good summary that I just sort of threw off the top of my head. Okay. Very satisfied. So the one needing capital is a business. So that's where the finance manager comes in. Dude says, my company needs money. You've got money. Invest in our project. We'll give you a return. That's how it goes. But because you can't go directly to a lender, that's where the markets and institutions come in. Economic development is highly correlated with the level of efficiency of the financial markets and institutions. Okay. my character's leveled up in my game. Nice. Let's put a little bit into speed. Because they kind of need that. They're kind of weak. Pathetic and sad. Okay, great. To borrow money. Asset markets. Oh, real products like wheat. Okay, fine. Spot markets are where assets are bought now. Futures is when it's in the future. Money market versus capital market. Okay. Money market, highly liquid, short-term debt. Okay, good. So, short term is less than 1 year. 1 to 10 is mid. Greater than 10 is long. Okay, there we go. Primary versus secondary. No, this one I should know. Private versus public. Okay, there we go. Basically, for a healthy economy to exist, there has to be a functioning financial market. So if I want to borrow funds for 13 months, somebody's going to say, hey, okay, I'll lend it to you for 13 months. Here's a rate. Here's what you're going to pay. And the more that this information is known, the easier it is for borrowers and sellers to borrowers and lenders to both decide whether or not something is worthwhile. So good economy has good financial markets. Okay, give me a moment because I think my game just reached another. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. A momentary distraction, but back to work. Mm-hmm. Okay, so financial intermediaries are those institutions that basically assist in the capital allocation process. Okay. Investment banks. Commercial banks. Okay. Financial services corporations. Provides multiple financial services. Credit unions. Common linkage between members. Rates for funds. Insurance companies. Mutual funds. Exchange traded funds, fine. Hedge funds. Not well regulated compared to mutual. Postal savings. Interesting. Oh my god, what's the time? Oh my god. You know that you're actually interested in a topic when you can study and just... Wow. Okay, so I'm actually going to finish this up. I've gone a bit British there. We are going to finish this up off screen. But thank you for joining me for today's study session. Tomorrow we'll be studying even more. Hopefully I'll get a chance to start a bit earlier. Today was a bit late, but anyway, I will do that tomorrow. So I will see you all then. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of the tips that I've provided, and tomorrow you're going to see a bit more of this being filled up. So far it's looking good, looking great, and yeah, hopefully I can finish this all with plenty of time to spare. Maybe. I'll try. See you later.